I'll just hit the record button. Hey,
the water
Siri,
bottle real quick.
set a 30-minute timer.
Starting now.
Wow. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Been a while.
Yeah. This is cool. I haven't shot at the lake in like years. The last time I shot at the lake, I was actually with my mentor Joey, and he just had a kid. So shouts out to him. But bro, I haven't seen you since Apple.
Yeah.
And only thing I see online is you becoming like this better artist than you already was. Like, remember when we were at Apple, it was interesting. You had the young people that were the creatives. You had the older creatives that were just like jaded at that point.
But there was also that role, like there was a little role called creative.
Yep.
And it was just a bunch of like old heads.
Yeah, and shouts out to them. I don't know if they work there anymore, but I remember we were like the young, hungry, all trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Not knowing what the fuck is going on, we're just doing the best we can. Batch of kids. Yeah, very loud, funny. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I was like, damn, are we like the personality hire?
Yes, yeah, sometimes it got to that point. And then I remember when I got there, I ever tell you the story how when I was working for Apple, I was so used to one, not working in a job for longer than a year.
Same.
Then also when I was working there, I would call off bi-weekly.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Mike called on to me, calling off, and he tells me this whole, because I used my ongoing excuse was food poisoning.
Yeah.
So he pulls me to the office, and he was like, hey, let me tell you a story about what happened when I went on a hockey tour or whatever, and I threw up blue stuff. And he tells me this elaborate ass story, and then he looked at me and said, you're really talented.
Yeah.
Do not keep calling off about food poisoning because you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Changed my whole everything. But how you been?
I mean, on the mic thing, one time, I was like out with a friend, like she had just like lost her grandma. And then I was like, oh, like let me play clown, let me just like go out, distract her. And so, but then when like going out, distract her, just ended up getting fucked up.
Yeah.
And then at one point I remember like going up and there's like the freeway underpass or whatever. And then like I walk it up, and then she's like, get down. And I was like, nah, it's cool. And I remember like going all the way to the top. And then like I just see like a guy that's like sleeping there. I was like, okay, I mean, I should go down and kind of being annoying.
Right.
And I started trying to walk down, but then because it's so steep, I start running.
Right.
And I just fly off.
Oh, shit.
And I just like smash like head first.
Oh, damn.
And then I remember like my friend was like, for a second, I was like, fuck. Like, cause she said like, row. And then after like, I don't know, 3 seconds, I was like, whoa. That was holy shit. And the next day, which I remember like waking up like way after my shift.
Right.
I had like a chipped tooth. I still have chipped.
Oh shit,
right,
okay.
And I had like a gash. And Mike had been trying to contact me to get me like to come in. He was like, where the fuck is Raul? And then I just like pulled this little lie. I was like, yeah, like I got up late and then I was going to work, but then I slipped and I fell down the stairs and then I passed out. And then now I'm here, but like I'm okay, like I'm alive. Like I can come in tomorrow. And Mike was like, all right, that's cool. And I come in the next day with like this big ass gash.
So you slipped.
Yeah. And then like Mike was just like, down steps.
Mike was on that's the one?
Yeah, he was just like, down steps, huh? And I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, all right.
Did he work you hard that day?
No.
Yeah, because usually when he catch me in a lie, one or two things happen. He either work me real hard, or he'll be like, you got it. That's why I stopped drinking so much at work or around work or whatever, or going out the night before, because I remember how hot he would get. Well, he wouldn't be hot, he'd be really contained. He's like, but you're gonna work.
Yeah.
And you're going to, oh no, we're gonna work this alcohol out of you. I don't care. You should, he said, hey, you gotta learn how to party.
Oh, there was a couple times, yeah. I think like there was like, I remember one time too, coming in like hell hungover. But like when you just like drink so much that even just like smell
it's coming out of your pores?
Yeah, like running into like the bathroom and just like covering yourself in Febreze or something. And then going to Mike, and I went to you because I was like, how do I smell?
I remember, yeah, I got vaguely.
Yeah, and you're like something. And I was like, yeah, all right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then like Mike, seeing me, he was like, come on.
Yeah. He used to tear, but we were the young ones, and so he had so much so much hope for us.
Yeah.
But I think his hope wasn't misplaced because I mean, like I said, to fast forward from there, we were like the artists. And I remember one time I looked and you had like a sketch pad or something or an iPad. You were drawing, and I was like, hold up, wait a minute, you're an artist? And you're like, yeah. But your style was so eclectic and like unique in a way of like no detailed lines on the inner of the illustration.
Yeah.
But it would have like really hard lines on the outside. I don't know shit about illustration, so by the way.
I mean, I barely do. I got a degree and I barely do.
Bruh, tell me about why art? Why illustration?
I mean, like when I started off, like I think as a little kid, you know, like when you're a kid and you start like deciding like, oh, what are the personalities? Me and my sister, because we're really close, but she's like 2 years older than me, we used to like divide up like, oh, like what is it that's your thing? What is it that's like my thing?
Right.
She was like, oh, I love to read and you love to draw. Which I'm like looking back, I was like, I mean, one's more useful than the other.
Yeah. Or subjective because it depends on what one can be used and the other one can be it's hard to say because I can't say I think reading is extremely important, but I think drawing and being able to show somebody what they're reading.
Yeah, I mean more like academic ones.
Yeah, academically. Yeah,
because then also like that way, like I also already struggled with reading, so then like I even leaned more against it, and then going to class, and then I'm like the one that's like drawing more. And then as a kid too, like, you know, you're given something like, oh, that's the one that does this.
Yeah.
That's the one that does that.
Yeah.
And I used